we're gonna start again, okay? And last time you were powerful, you were great, but you came in early.
Okay.
So
Really?
yeah.
But you said like silent one. I was just like.
Yeah. So silent. You still have to wait for the silent one because it's a countdown from 5 to 1, and you have to wait for that to happen.
Dude, I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No one will care.
It's a long day.
I know it's a long day, but we still need to get through this, and I believe in you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So I'm just gonna go over it one more time, okay? Just so to make sure there are no kinks at all, that you know exactly what's going on.
What about kinks?
They're my favorite 60s band.
Okay.
What else would that be about?
Kinks in armor.
Yeah, so we're just gonna do the countdown. So, like, I'll start with 5.
Okay.
And not 4, not 6. 7 is right out. Just not even... If I say 7, just stop recording, call the police. Okay, so we're starting with 5. It's just 5, okay? And once I say 5, I'm gonna go to 4.
Okay.
And then to 3. And then to 2.
I'm aware how numbers work. I messed up. I got excited.
Okay, so you know that there's not gonna be a 1.
No one.
But I'm still gonna do the 1. And you still have to pretend the 1 is there.
Okay.
Alright?
So what you're saying is 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. You got it?
No.
Alright, do you want to try it out a couple times?
No,
maybe before we start?
let's just jump right into it.
Okay. Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, and welcome to the second installment of Theory of Humour.
I hate everything.
Today, we are going to watch the second episode of the CBS sitcom and global phenomenon that has even birthed a spin-off show, The Big Bang Theory. This episode premiered on September 30th, 2007, and has 21 minutes of pure gold. This episode is copyrighted by CBS, Warner Bros. Television, and Chuck Lorre Productions. I'm Micah.
And I'm not.
And this has been my recommended video for the past month.
Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, absolutely decimate the like button, and ring that bell for notifications for future episodes.
Ring, 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 ring. And without further ado...
That's gross. Why would you do that? Why?
Just...
Why?
Well, I don't know. I thought it would be like, ring the bell. Ding, ring.
I can literally take a bell sound and put it into the audio, but now I can't do that because you decide to ring yourself.
You're welcome.
Can we start it?
Without further ado, can I just start it for once without interruptions? I feel like this happens every time.
There you go. Pad thai, no peanut. Does it have peanut oil? I'm not sure. Everyone keep an eye on Howard in case he starts to swell up.
See, that's funny because Howard might legitimately die if there's peanut substance in the Thai food. And Leonard's just, I don't think it's funny because Leonard's concerned. It's a real, shift against the status quo of masculinity where it's just figure it out for yourself. It's like Leonard's really taking it upon himself to say, look out for Howard just in case he swells up and we might have to call an ambulance.
And he says it nonchalantly, which kind of expresses a common theme amongst both people who do and don't have allergies, that they don't take their allergies seriously.
Right, unless you have it.
I mean, even some, it's not an allergy, but, do you know anyone with lactose who has...
Lactose intolerance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who has that and takes it seriously?
Yeah, I mean, people, I have friends who, won't eat ice cream because they're lactose intolerant. People take it seriously.
Then they are weak.
Well, maybe they're month.
Since it's not bee season, you can have my epinephrine.
See, that's funny because, I don't know what epinephrine is.
Have you ever heard of an EpiPen?
That's what that is?
Yes.
Aha.
Yeah. It's an epinephrine pen.
That
they shorten it to EpiPen because no one can say that.
Right? I think I failed and I really tried my hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. This is really funny because he said a big word. First of all, classic out of the gate humor. Big word. This is
It's like Charlie Chaplin stuff right here.
This is reassurance from the previous episode in case you missed it. That these guys are really smart and saying big words proves intellect.
Absolutely.
Positively.
Are there any chopsticks? We don't need chopsticks. This is Thai food. Here we go.
This is a gag that actually appeared in the premiere as well. Not the actual content itself, but the idea of Sheldon about to go off on a tangent, or a rant, or a rangent, if you will, about a certain thing that he feels very passionate about, that Leonard already knows about, and is dreading the encounter of. He just really isn't into it. And that's the first time I've ever related to him.
Had the fork since the latter half of the 19th century. Interestingly, they don't actually put the fork in their mouth. They use it to put the food on a spoon, which then goes into their mouth.
Did you get that he was smart and that he just knows facts about other cultures' eating habits?
I did not catch that.
Oh.
Should we watch more to see if I can pick up on it?
I think.
Because I think...
Here's the thing, I think they're smart, but I think I need to be reminded at least once a minute that they're smart, if not more.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I have a short
that's
attention span as a modern day person.
7 seconds, right? That's the average attention span of a lobster.
Average, what?
For a napkin, I dare you.
So it's funny because Leonard's making the joke, or quip, that Sheldon also has an interesting factoid about napkins because he had an interesting factoid about Thai food cuisine etiquette.
Okay. Do I look puffy? I feel puffy.
This is funny because it's a reference to the first joke of the show in which Howard is allergic to peanut and oil and peanuts, and so he's worried himself that he is going to die.
He's overreacting a bit because he is clearly not puffing up.
But when you're puffing up, can you tell you're puffing up?
Having not ever puffed up before, I cannot comment on
Right,
that.
I would think that you're not aware of the situation you're in until you can't breathe.
Fair enough.
And so Howard is,
Well, he could breathe, though, so I think it's still safe to say that he's being a little wimp.
Oh, hi, Penny. Am I interrupting? No, you're not swelling, Howard. No, look at my fingers. They're like Vienna sausages.
See, this is funny because Vienna sausages are really thick. And Howard, as from Eastern Jewish ethnic background, has not small but thin fingers. And so having fingers the size of the width and girth of Vienna sausages would be very problematic for him because that would show him puffing up.
And then he could no longer play the piano.
They're not going anywhere.
That's funny because his company is his closest, if not only friends.
Right.
And he was clearly expecting to have a pleasant time with them, but he then immediately wrote them off in order to spend time, even if it's just a small amount of time, with Penny. It shows his desperation to get some fuck with 2 C's, and he really shouldn't do that because it's not healthy for him, because if he's looking to get into this relationship and Penny isn't, which of course she is, but like let's assume that she isn't for a second, because I think that's like the first half of the season, then he's really chasing after someone who doesn't care about him, and that's not healthy for your mental health at all. You really just need to drop that and let it go and move on.
Agreed.
So you're coming home from work. That's great. How was work?
Well, you know, it's a cheesecake factory. People order cheesecake, and I bring it to them.
So you kind of act as like a carbohydrate delivery system.
That's a rough one.
Leonard Smart, did you get this one?
I think I got it. I'm going to try to explain it as much as I can.
Alright.
So basically, he just... Well, first of all, I want to address Penny's joke, because I think that was underappreciated. There was like a little bit of a light chuckle, but she said that it was a cheesecake factory, so she said that people ordered cheesecake and that she brought it to them. However, the Cheesecake Factory is a restaurant that serves a lot more than cheesecake. And I would stand to reason, having been to the Cheesecake Factory multiple times and not once ordering cheesecake, that a lot of people do that as well.
Call it whatever you want, I get minimum wage.
See, that's funny, because I actually never explained the joke of Leonard's part, so now I get to do that now. Leonard made such a big deal out of what Penny said, trying to make it sound elaborate and cool to show his superior intellect, and Penny wrote it off, saying that she just works minimum wage.
What she does.
Yeah.
It's an admirable thing, like working, like, most
I would
people...
do that.
Right, but most people work a minimum wage job. I mean, like, not all jobs are, like,
Yeah.
401ks
Yeah.
and stuff.
And when I say I don't do that, I don't mean that I get paid more, it means that I don't have a job, because I don't have a job.
Anyways, I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Yes.
That's funny, because Penny was clearly expecting to have to convince Leonard a lot more than she actually had to, because Leonard wants to smash.
Okay, great. I'm having some furniture delivered tomorrow, and I may not be here, so... Oh. Hello.
Io ti incrasi vai a devushka.
See, that's funny, because Sheldon, Howard, and Raj decided to come out to the hallway to see where their friend Leonard had gone, and they entered the conversation rather,
I would say rudely.
yeah, and Penny was taken aback by their appearance. She just kind of was surprised by the fact that this 2-person conversation was now a 5-person conversation.
Right,
And
but is that really Penny's fault, per se?
no, not at all. She should be taken back by that. And that was followed up by a comment made by Howard where he spoke in a different language,
He
which was a
spoke-
reference to the first episode where he also spoke in a different language.
Many languages, like 7, because you can say, good shower, and...
I think it was 6.
well, I mean, sure, but, Bonjour, she says, I
Yeah.
remember. I'm sorry?
Haven't you ever been told how beautiful you are in flawless Russian?
No, I haven't.
Get used to it.
Oh, that's just creepy.
Yeah.
Literally, if this came out this year, that joke would not make it to air.
Yeah,
Because
that character
it
would not
makes
make it to air
Right. Thank God the character of Howard has evolved to be not this.
in the past 12 years, because that's gross.
That
And
is-
that's where the comedy kicks in, because we as a viewer know that's gross. It's a lot less acceptable now than it was then, but it was still unacceptable then. So people would have the cognitive power to realize that it was not acceptable,
Right.
but they would be willing to accept that it exists, and it would be considered humorous.
It's just gross. Like, it's just, like, icky what he said. Like,
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, rape culture.
Mhm.
And, like, not saying that the Big Bang Theory promotes this, but it's kind of like he doesn't know how to talk to girls in any other way. He's trying to impress Penny by saying, like, I can speak Russian flawlessly.
He's trying to be suave.
He's acting like the opposite of Leonard. Leonard is very timid, very humble, and Howard is very brash. It's portraying stereotypical masculinity. Yeah, I probably won't. See, that's funny because Penny just said nope, basically, and hard pass.
Look at his face, though.
That's a cum face. If I've ever seen a cum face.
That's just nobody else can see it, but like it is a quality face.
If you pause the video at 1:33, oh boy, you're in for a treat.
Hi.
Hey, Raj. See, this is funny because it's a character trait of Raj that he can't speak to women literally.
This also evolves.
Yeah, but I mean, some people say that this is where the show, that's when the show like took a hard fall.
I mean, I guess, but we haven't gotten there yet. So let's not judge, okay?
Right.
Let's go in there with an open mind and an open heart.
Still not talking to me, huh?
Don't take it personally. It's his pathology. He can't talk to women. He can't talk to attractive women. Or in your case, a cheesecake-scented goddess.
That's just, So Sheldon went for the overanalytical approach that we actually had just taken, where we described that is Raj's distinctive character trait, that he can't talk to women. Howard had to be Howard and correct it, and say that he couldn't have talked to attractive women, implying that Penny was attractive, or at least that he thought that Penny was attractive, which, I mean, relatively
Yeah.
harmless. But then he had to specify, saying that she was a, was it cheesecake-smelling goddess?
Yeah, I mean,
That's a lot. That's a lot. Imagine someone walking up to you and saying that
yeah,
to
I'm
you.
a bistro smelling god. Like, I would be very,
Yeah.
first of all, taken aback because, like, I don't want to smell like the bistro.
Nobody wants to smell like the beast.
Right, I mean, no one wants to smell like the DC. Like,
Definitely not.
Like the
I wouldn't even want to smell like Dunkin' Donuts, to be honest.
I'd be okay with Dunkin' Donuts. Some parts of Dunkin' Donuts. Like, sandwiches and shit.
That's your prerogative, to be honest.
Right, I'm more of a honeydew guy anyways.
Oh, honeydew's great.
Yeah. If you don't have a honeydew in your area, you're missing out. Honeydew do cinnamon twists?
I've only ever gotten the donuts and sandwiches.
Well, I was the recipient of the 2016 Honeydew Scholarship.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. $250 scholarship. Thanks, honey.
Are you on first name basis?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Me and Mr. Dew, we're pretty tight. Interesting factoid about Honeydew, the founder is from my hometown.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome.
I got nothing to do with that situation. But then there was a reception at a really fancy hotel.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And it was really awkward because I didn't want to go.
Oh, I'm taking my handshake back.
That was just a dab.
Yeah, it was.
So there's gonna be some furniture delivered?
Yeah, if it gets here and not here tomorrow, could you just sign for it and have it put in my apartment?
Yeah, no problem. Great.
Here's my spare key.
Honey, wait. Yeah. You don't have any other...
See, this is funny because Leonard is usually not this abrasive. And so this is funny because it shows Leonard's like, wait, I'm gonna pounce. This is my turn.
And then when she actually responds, he's taken aback.
Yeah.
He actually takes a few steps back.
It's more like I didn't think she was actually gonna respond, kind of. It's a quick moment, but I really think the actor really got the nerdism of Leonard Hofstadter.
Your plans? Do you want to join us for Typhoon and a Superman movie marathon?
Marathon? Wow, how many Superman movies are there?
You're kidding, right?
That's funny because Sheldon finds it abhorrent that Penny does not know all of the Superman movies by name.
There's like 7.
Okay, so there's 4 Christopher Reeve ones.
Superman
There's
Returns.
Superman Returns, Man of Steel,
And Batman vs Superman?
kinda, I guess. So yeah,
Superman's literally in the title. But there's also animated film, Superman Doomsday.
Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. I was actually just watching clips from that today, and now all my YouTube ads are toy commercials.
I do like the one where Lois Lane falls from the helicopter and Superman swooshes down and catches her. Which one was that?
One.
That's funny because
They all knew.
yes, I actually knew too.
I didn't.
Well, the only reason I knew is actually because of this scene.
Oh, okay.
Because back in 2007, this scene was the shit because it was really funny because they're nerds. But we'll get there.
You realize that scene was rife with scientific inaccuracy.
Yes, I know men can't fly.
No, let's assume that they can.
This is considered funny because Sheldon just decided to go straight scientist. And he just went in and began to assume that men could fly, and then also had other scientific reasons lined up that we have not yet heard as to why the Superman movie is scientifically inaccurate.
Lois Lane is falling, accelerating at an initial rate of 32 feet per second. Superman swoops down to save her by reaching out 2 arms of steel. Miss Lane, who is now traveling at approximately 120 miles an hour, hits them and is immediately sliced into 3 equal pieces.
It's funny because Lois Lane just died.
And that's clearly not what happened in the movie.
Right. But in Sheldon's theoretical concept, Lois Lane has just died.
Yes.
Unless Superman matches her speed and decelerates. In what space, sir? In what space? She's 2 feet above the ground. Yeah, frankly, if he really loved her, he'd let her hit the pavement. It'd be a more merciful death.
See, that's funny because Sheldon is being rational and cold, which are 2 of his character traits, talking about how Superman should have let the love of his life fall to her death, dying knowing that she could not be saved, or was not being saved by the love of her life. If they were together at that point in the movie, I don't remember. Point is, he thought that that would be better for her to experience her last seconds of falling and hitting the pavement than to be saved by Superman only to be sliced into 3 separate pieces.
Right, it's kind of like just screwed up.
Yeah.
When you think about it hard.
Well, it's why you should not be thinking about a 70s movie that hard.
Yeah, but I mean nerd culture.
And they're scientists.
I didn't get that.
Well, you didn't? Dude, they're totally scientists.
Dude, I wish they would explain that.
That would be nice if they did. I think I just might have known that already.
Excuse me, your entire argument is predicated on the assumption that Superman's flight is a feat of strength. Are you listening to yourself? It is well established that Superman's flight is a feat of strength. It is an extension of his ability to leap tall buildings, an ability he derives from exposure to Earth's yellow sun. And you don't have a problem with it? How does he fly at night? A combination of the moon's solar reflection and the energy storage capacity of Kryptonian skin cells.
Oh boy. They're nerds. Do you get it?
I don't.
Uh.
Oh, that joke's getting so old.
But that's the joke. It's a funny joke.
Yeah, I
They
know.
wouldn't keep saying it if it wasn't funny. You only say jokes that are funny. That's
Yeah.
the motto of the Big Bang Theory. We only tell the best jokes possible. No lazy jokes, no repetitions.
No repetitions.
No repetitions.
No repetitions.
Hi, how are you?
Good, 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 how are you?
I have 2,600 comic books in there. I challenge you to find a single reference to Kryptonian skin cells. Challenge accepted. We're locked out. Also, they're pretty good at theft.
So this is funny because they're all supposed to be super smart, and then they lock themselves out of the apartment. And then it was the man who can't talk to women who realizes that the woman has left.
I don't know how they managed to lock themselves out, though, because wouldn't they have to unlock the door to open it? And then they closed it, but they didn't lock it again, unless it has, like, a door that just automatically
Well, it's
locks.
not like goof. I think it's one of those doors that like bathroom doors, like you lock it and there's not like the lock that happens in it. So I think it's one of those doors.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know, like the bathroom door.
Yeah.
You push the button.
Mm-hmm.
It locks.
Yeah.
But like the lock doesn't just come streaming out. I think it might be that kind of door. Because that's the only thing that could explain it.
I'm still not getting what you're saying.
It's like bathroom doors.
Yeah, no, I get that part.
Handle.
Yeah.
The knob.
Mhm.
There's a little circle.
Yeah, you press the circle, and then...
it locks.
yeah, but when you turn the knob, it unlocks.
Right.
But it doesn't lock again once you close it. It would have to be like an electronically locking door.
Well, they are scientists. Maybe they invented that.
But why would they do that? They were selling their jizz for Wi-Fi. Why would they take the time to make their door
They were
automatically
selling
lock?
their jizz for better Wi-Fi.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you're right. Man, skip.
one? Okay, cool, thanks.
That's funny because it's not the furniture mover's job to get it. He was just delivering it. He was furniture deliverer. It's not his job.
And then Leonard, being a little shrimp that he is, was expecting that the delivery man would bring it all the way up to the 4th floor because the elevator is broken. That was not the case, and that's really where things start to get pretty funny.
It's like the funniest thing ever too, because like they're small boys, and that's a big fella.
I mean, Sheldon's a tall boy, but he's a lanky boy.
Right, but he's not like a big fella.
No.
That's a big fella.
Yeah.
It's like the size of Sheldon.
Yeah, it is. It's furniture. What do you expect?
I guess we'll just bring it up ourselves. I hardly think so.
This really is funny because this shows Leonard's affirmation of like, I'm doing this for Penny. Penny wants the bank.
I think it brings in philosophy of idealism versus realism.
Oh, idealism versus realism.
Yeah, I know. It's because Leonard is saying, no, we got this. We can do this.
Right.
We can bring this up 4 flights of stairs. And Sheldon knows well enough that they can't. However, Sheldon expects that will lead to a situation where he does not have to do it. Whereas I'm pretty sure Leonard's going to go for it anyway. Even though he knows that he can't do it, he's still going to try. He's being positive here. Sheldon is being negative. Optimism, pessimism. Idealism, realism.
Why not? Well, we don't have a dolly, or lifting belts, or any measurable upper body strength.
That's funny because they...
All of that is 100% true.
Yeah, and they realize that they are also small boys.
Need strength. We're physicists. We are the intellectual descendants of Archimedes. Give me a full kind of lever and I can move the earth. It's just a matter. I don't have this.
See, this is funny because Leonard was like talking macho, like, I'm smart, I can do anything if I have the willpower. And then when he tried, he failed.
Sounds like every day of my life.
Every day.
Like
I sign packages for my neighbors, and then I carry them up 4 flights of stairs.
No, I've been trying and failing.
Oh. Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Archimedes would be so proud.
This is a reference to what Leonard said earlier, where he said that they were the intellectual descendants of Archimedes.
Well, I'm assuming it was Greek.
Greek. Oh, yeah. Greek. If you've ever seen Hercules, he's mentioned.
Is he?
Once.
Oh, I've seen that movie a lot,
Oh.
but all of those times were at least 12 years ago.
It was like Danny DeVito's character said it.
Oh, Phil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phil.
Do you have any ideas? Yes.
That's funny because they,
Fucking shit. It's
the
funny.
reality.
It's so funny.
You want to take this one? Go for it. Tell me why it's
I
funny.
just think it's funny because Leonard was just like, oh, I'm the shit. I'm so smart. I can move anything. Give me a fulcrum and a lever, and I can move the earth. And then when his idea didn't work, he just was just like, well, I'm shit out of luck. You got something?
I don't.
And well, no, you don't. Well, maybe Sheldon does, but he didn't.
Let's see.
But they all involve a Green Lantern and a power ring.
See, that's funny because Sheldon is implying that he has enough willpower to lift that up the stairs because the Green Lantern's ring channels will.
Ah.
However, he
What kind
thinks
of
it's-
will?
Like
Like a good will?
I know where you're going with this, and I need you to stop because like you're kind of like searching for it and it's not there.
Oh no, it's there.
Like you're kind of like trying to track it down. You know, you're hunting for it.
Easy. Easy.
So it's funny because thud was the noise it made when Leonard said easy.
Yeah, that's a pretty sound observation.
Okay. Now we've got an inclined plane. The force required to lift is reduced by the sine of the angle of the stairs, called 30 degrees, so about half. Exactly half.
That's funny because they're smart.
Yeah.
But it's not as funny because according to Amazon.com, that is actually a factual error. It is under the goof section if you want to check this out for yourself. The force required to lift it stays the same, actually. The force required to push it up the stairs.
Isn't The Big Bang Theory always regarded as like a show that like gets the science right too?
But it's not.
Really?
It is regarded for that, but it just doesn't.
Oh, I mean, like, I really haven't, like, done my string theory research to, like, say, like,
Do you not have a PhD? What is wrong with you?
No, I just went to MIT and I have a master's.
You piece of shit.
Back again. Let's push. Okay. See, it's moving. This is easy. All the math. What's your formula for the corner? What?
See, that's funny because Leonard was basically acting like they had won the battle already because they had figured out how to push the box up the stairs. Sheldon corrected him, though.
I can't believe that they're just not, like, lifting it up and then just, like, at the ends. Like, how heavy can it really be?
Pretty heavy.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, no problem. Just come up here and help me pull and turn.
See, that's funny because Leonard required Sheldon's assistance to pull the box. However, when Sheldon went to go assist him, there was no one holding the box. So instead of being pulled, it pushed itself down to the bottom of the stairs.
You could say that it fell.
You could.
Ah, gravity, thou art a heartless bitch.
He said a naughty word.
Oh, man.
And spoke
he said
eloquently.
he said it in Shakespearean text.
Yeah.
This dude's awesome.
Honestly, I would love to be him. That would be great. That would make my day.
You do understand that our efforts here will in no way increase the odds of you having sexual congress with this woman. Men do things for women without expecting sex. It doesn't mean men who just had sex.
I mean, he's not wrong. He is absolutely wrong, but he's not
I
wrong.
can't believe they said that on CBS.
Yeah,
2007 was really a different time.
it was a different
It's like,
time.
there's no way that that would be okay now.
Not on CBS, it wouldn't.
Not on CBS ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was in 2007.
Nope. This... Dude, this is crazy to me. This show's on season 11, and they have it, like, 12?
It's on season 12. It's the last season.
What?
Yeah.
We only have 12 seasons to go through?
Only 12 seasons. Are you kidding me? We're on episode 2 of season 1. There's like 20 more episodes to go in this season. How can you be complaining about a lack of content for 12 seasons? You know how many episodes that is? Like, that's a lot.
Like 250?
Yeah, something like that.
Shit, dude, that's like a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of man hours. I don't know what I just said.
Man hour?
What the fuck's that?
Oh, man.
I'm doing this to be a good neighbor. In any case, there's no way I could lower the odds.
See, that's funny, because Leonard tried to play it off as if he wasn't trying to bang.
Oh, no, Leonard's trying to smash her.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He contradicted himself by following up with his real argument that it wasn't going to hurt his chances.
He's not wrong, though. Because, like...
I mean, typically, when you sign for a girl's furniture and bring it up 4 flights of stairs by yourself, or, you know, not with the help of tools or an elevator...
Shopping's a tool.
You're not wrong, but, you know, if you carry it up 4 flights of stairs and put it in an apartment for her, you are a little... you're more likely to be intimate with that person, because, you know, they gave you their key. And, yeah. But I don't know that from experience. Just, don't ask me about it.
Right.
Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. No, we're not. No, we're not. Okay.
So that was funny because they really were almost there. They were at the top of their stairs, and they got a little too excited, and the bus slipped down the stars.
Yeah, it implied that it broke, because there were some sounds that were
I
happening.
think it could have just been down the stairs, like thudding.
I heard some cracking, like broken glass sort of thing.
I've got my fingers.
So that's funny because it was Sheldon who said watch your fingers, and then it was his fingers who subsequently got hurt.
Yeah, he was not watching his fingers.
Maybe he should have had somebody saying watch his fingers.
Maybe he should have practiced what he preached. Or proach. Is it proach? Or is it preached?
Uh,
It better not be proach. 'Cause
I
that's
don't
gross.
think it's
Let us know in the comments down below if it's preached or proach.
Let it preach.
Preached?
Preach.
Preach?
No, that's ridiculous. Preoched.
You okay? No. Great Caesar's ghost. Look at this place. So pretty.
So that's funny because Great Caesar's Ghost isn't something that people say as an exclamation.
That's from something. What's it from?
It's almost Great Scott from Back to the Future.
But it's not Great Scott. Great Caesar's Ghost is definitely a thing. And I don't know why I keep thinking Christmas Carol, but it's definitely not Christmas Carol.
It could be.
It's not.
But like,
If it is, I will donate $10 to charity.
oh, it's what Perry White says from Superman, the chief editor of the Daily Planet. It's his catchphrase. He says, "Great Caesar's Ghost."
Oh, so that's just a reference to earlier then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Now you learn something new every day.
A little messy. A little messy. The Mandelbrot set of complex numbers is a little messy. This is chaos. Excuse me.
That's funny because he said a lot of science stuff.
Indeed.
Explain to me an organizational system where a tray of flatware on a couch is valid. I'm just inferring that this is a couch because the evidence suggests that coffee table's having a tiny garage sale.
See, that's funny because coffee tables don't have garage sales. People do.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Don't really have anything to add to that.
But I think the humor kicks in because like the couch is really dirty. Like it's just overflowing with clothes.
Yeah.
And so he's suggesting that it looks like Penny is moving out rather than have just recently moved in.
Yeah.
Because usually you have like a garage sale like if you're moving. Because like I don't need this anymore.
Ever occur to you that not everyone has the compulsive need to sort, organize, and label the entire world around them? No.
Well, that's funny, because they're building Sheldon's character by having Leonard ask a question that he probably knows the answer to, but the audience does not. So Leonard proposes this rather absurd theory that Sheldon... I can't remember what he said. What did he
Sheldon
say?
is compulsive.
Yes, he's compulsive and has to observe and judge everything that people do and say.
So why is it funny?
I don't fucking remember what he said, dude. I don't know. I just really shit the bed on that one.
Well, they don't. Hard as it may be for you to believe, most people don't sort their breakfast cereal numerically by fiber content.
You see, this is considered funny, because most people don't sort their breakfast cereals numerically by fiber content.
Excuse me, but I think we both found that helpful at times.
See, that's funny because Sheldon retorted and saying that Leonard found his system helpful, kind of just disproving Leonard's entire theory.
Come on, we should go. Hang on. What are you doing? Straightening up.
See, that's funny, because he is cleaning or tidying someone else's apartment, which is not normal in any sense of the way, which really shows that these characters are, in fact, not normal.
See, I think the humor really kicks in the fact that Penny is unaware and didn't ask for them to straighten up her apartment. She was just like, move furniture into my room. And they were like, okay.
But I'm sure she'll appreciate it, though.
Maybe.
I think so.
Sheldon, this is not your home. This is not anyone's home. This is a swirling vortex of entropy.
Big words are humorous.
Big Bang Theory.
When transvestite lived here, you didn't care how he kept the place. Because it was immaculate. I mean, you open that man's...
See, this is funny because, pronouns. Leonard said he, but Sheldon said it.
He was talking about the room.
No.
Yes, he was.
No, because look. The next line is, I mean, you opened that man's closet. I think he meant it. I think it was a derogatory statement.
I disagree with that statement.
I think...
Do you want to take a reshot? Do you want to...
No, I legitimately think. That was a shot at transvestite.
I legitimately disagree because they were talking about the room, not the person.
Oh, tell me why so.
closet closet, it was left to right. Evening gowns, cocktail dresses, and his police uniforms.
See, his.
You're right, but I don't think he was talking about the room. I think you can argue either way.
I don't think so.
Well, we are, so clearly you can.
I mean,
Thing in his closet. I helped him run some cable for a webcam. Oh, hey, honey, this just arrived. We just brought this up. Just now.
Great. Oh, was it hard getting up the stairs?
No.
See, this is funny because it's a reference to a previous thing said in an earlier episode, in which if you say the same word over and over again, it's funny.
also, I think the humor really came out in this scene because it was not easy.
Right, because and Leonard's like,
Yeah, he just like, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It was like, oh, it was, check out these guns, you
Look
know?
at myself. Look at these muscles in my brain.
Yeah, and Sheldon was like, yeah, it was actually kind of hard. But
And
Leonard
Leonard
was
was just like, shut up, I'm trying to bone. And Sheldon was just like, oh, I see you, friend.
and then he didn't help his friend
Right.
because he mocked him.
But Sheldon doesn't know, because Sheldon doesn't get social cues.
We'll get out of here.
Okay, great, thank you again.
Penny.
I don't know why it was funny because it's fucking pause.
So it's funny because Sheldon has OCD about cleanliness, and she just arbitrarily threw her jacket, basically saying that she's a slob.
I just want you to know that you don't have to live like this. I'm here for you.
See, this is funny because Sheldon's comments are akin to someone talking to someone with a serious problem. Alcohol addiction comes to mind.
Oh, yes.
However, what he's really talking about is the lack of cleanliness in her room. He's treating it like a clinical illness, and the humor comes from the fact that it is not.
Penny's gross.
And Sheldon's weird,
And they're both nerds.
except for one of them.
What's he talking about? It's a joke. I don't get it. Yeah, you didn't tell it right.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's funny because it's not a joke.
Yeah.
Sheldon was like really trying to help Penny. One theory about why this is funny is because I think Leonard wants to bone so badly that he won't let Sheldon tell Penny how it is.
Yeah. What's the other theory?
Oh, the other theory is that Leonard doesn't care about drug problems.
Of course, yeah. Which he doesn't, because he also doesn't care about allergy problems, which we saw earlier in this episode. He's
Leonard's a
a
bitch.
clear sign of denial, and that's not healthy. Again, Leonard is not a healthy character.
Right, Leonard is not your archetypical nerd. Leonard is a deep, emotionally unavailable, cryptic person.
Honestly, he might be a sociopath.
Maybe we should just psychoanalyze him.
What if we did an 8-part series about that?
But what if we did that and then we had like creepy music behind it and like, and like have people in just white masks?
Dude, I don't know why no one else has done that before.
Dude, I don't.
Sheldon?
Holy fuck! This must be the funniest thing to them.
Just, see the joke here, for those of you who can't see it, which would be literally everyone in the world except us.
Oh, that's not true. They're following along.
Yeah, they're following along.
Maybe, who knows?
I do, because no one's gonna do that.
I think you're giving our viewers an extreme lack of credit.
Okay, maybe I am. If you're following along, put in the comments down below, please. I would love to read that message. But the joke here is that he is walking outside of his room, using his lightsaber as both a light source and possibly as a defense weapon.
Hello?
See, that's funny, because he turned his lightsaber off and made a funny noise.
Indeed.
It was not the noise that one usually associates with a lightsaber turning off, meaning that it is some sort of knockoff, which would make sense given the fact that they were, in just the last episode, trying to sell their cum for better Wi-Fi. See, this is funny, because the shot establishes Penny sleeping in her bed, and then pans out to show Sheldon in her apartment while she's sleeping, reorganizing all of her stuff. This is not acceptable behavior for anyone. Not even your closest friend. Not even your dog. Your dog can't do this. Not okay. Not acceptable.
If I saw my dog doing this, first of all, I would scream.
I would probably shout. I don't know if I would scream.
Oh. I'd probably twist.
Why not both? Twist and scream. So Sheldon is in her apartment reorganizing all of her stuff, which is a huge breach of trust
This is
for
not-
someone they met a couple days ago.
Right. What Not Micah said was Sheldon was in Penny's apartment. He's not calling Sheldon a girl. Just clarifying.
Oh, thank you. I really, as soon as the words left my lips, I was like, people might have misinterpreted that, and I'm really glad you cleared that up. Thanks, pal.
I really try.
I know you do, and it shows. See, this is funny, because Leonard came in to reprimand Sheldon, and Sheldon shushed him, because he didn't want Penny to be woken up.
To a grown man in her apartment.
2 grown men in her apartment.
Well, Leonard's like not really grown.
So, 1.5 men.
So that's funny because Sheldon is aware that Penny's sleeping and continues to do this manic behavior.
Also, it's funny because he shows some compassion for Penny, which we know is not true, because he literally broke into her apartment.
He didn't break
while
it,
she
he
was
has a
sleeping.
key.
It's still.
What you would say? You just break into a woman's apartment in the middle of the night and clean. I had no choice. I couldn't sleep knowing that just outside my bedroom was our living room, and just outside our living room was that hallway, and immediately adjacent to that hallway was this.
This joke really lands because Sheldon said in a very convoluted way, Penny's apartment is this away, and it's gross.
Yeah.
But he said it in a lot of words, which depicts him as nerdy and or geeky.
What is the difference between nerdy and geeky?
Let us know in the comments below.
Do you realize that Penny wakes up? There was no reasonable explanation as to why we're here. I just gave you a reasonable explanation.
That's funny because it is not a reasonable explanation at all. It is to him.
Yeah.
But it is not to Penny.
Agreed.
Or to Leonard. Or to me.
Or to anybody.
Yeah.
But.
And.
Or.
Yeah.
These are conjunctions.
You gave me an explanation. It's reasonable. This will be determined by a jury of your peers.
See, this is funny because Leonard is inferring that Penny is going to call the police and charge him with breaking and entering, in which he will have to go in front of a jury. And the jury is usually of your peers.
Yes.
Peers being strangers.
I think he would be fine, though, because he does have a key, as you pointed out.
Right, but
It's unethical. But is it illegal?
he got a key, and it's, yeah, I would say so. Because I'm pretty sure she said just, like, don't keep the key. So they kept the key.
But she also didn't ask for it back.
But it's inferred that, like, unless someone says, like, here's a spare key to my apartment.
Oh, yeah, I know, but, like, we're arguing intent at this point, which you can't really do.
But Leonard can.
I mean, but you can't, it's not admissible, you know?
Don't be ridiculous. I have no peers.
That's funny because it's a reference to it's actually a contradiction to what Sheldon says when they said that he has no company over, meaning that they don't have friends. Sheldon says he does not have peers, but he does hang out with people.
But he's saying that they're beneath him, that there's no one that is his equal.
That was funny because Penny snored and noises are funny.
Well, you wouldn't expect such a loud noise from a woman, because women don't make noises.
You're
That's
right.
objective fact.
That's not true at all. Woman.
Also, what I just said is completely false.
What?
You're stuck with it.
I want to speak in a lower register. Evolution has made women sensitive to high-pitched noises while they sleep, so that they'll be roused by a crying baby. If you want to avoid waking her, speak in a lower register.
That wasn't funny. There was no joke there. That was just an interesting fact. I'm glad I know that.
It's useful information for when you're breaking into someone's apartment to clean it for them while they're sleeping.
But is that really a crime? Isn't the only crime there compassion?
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
That's funny because Sheldon is confirming his theory on voice registration.
He's using Leonard's words against him in a lower register. Specifically, baritone register, according to...
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Fine.
See, that's funny, because now Leonard is also doing the baritone voice.
I accept your premise. Now please, let's go. I'm not leaving until I'm done.
Now they're just having an argument in this low-pitched voice.
But we're accustomed now to knowing these aren't the regular voices.
Yeah.
If you have time to lean, you have time to clean.
Whatever that was.
That was a joke.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so it's... you might have missed why it was funny, but I'll explain it to you real quick. So, that is... I don't know if it's a common phrase. I don't know if they just might have made it up. But you see, it rhymes, so it sounds like something that someone would just say. But it's just... It's said
It sounds
in...
like something that a dad from, like, the 50s or 60s would say.
But, like, how many people lean often enough when not cleaning that they came up with a phrase for that? Also, the fact that he said it in, again, the low-pitched voice really kind of sold it. I don't know. I thought that was really funny.
And so did the writers.
Oh, what the hell?
See, now Leonard has given in to Sheldon's commands, demands, needs, wants, wish lists. I don't know.
Request.
Sheldon wanted him to clean. Now he's cleaning.
I think you're also missing the point that he's also using the lower baritone register.
Oh, was he? I didn't notice.
Oh.
It sounded so similar to his regular voice.
Right. See, that's funny because jazz.
Yeah.
Morning. Morning. I have to say, I slept splendidly.
That's funny because the word splendidly is not often used.
No, I think the humor, it really kicks in because he cleaned somebody's apartment, so, like, he feels like he did something good. So, like, after you do something good and, like, you sleep on it, you're like, oh, that was a good sleep because, like, I earned my sleep. So he thinks that he did a noble act.
Also, he said he couldn't sleep beforehand. So now the relief of doing the thing is also compounded with the relief of being able to sleep.
Right.
Which is a relieving feeling.
Relief.
Relieved.
Granted, not law, but
Oh, that was gross.
I'm not surprised. A well-known folk cure for insomnia is to break in your neighbor's apartment and clean.
See, that's funny because Leonard is using sarcasm to describe the situation. Clearly, that is not a normal thing. That's not something that someone came up with. That is just a direct reference to what Sheldon did last night.
Sarcasm? You think?
See, that's funny because Sheldon asked if Leonard's sarcastic remarks were in fact sarcastic, and Leonard replied with more sarcasm.
Granted, my method may have been somewhat unorthodox, but I think the end result will be a measurable enhancement to Penny's quality of life. You convinced me. Maybe tonight we should sneak in and shampoo her carpet.
That's funny because it's an equally manic thing to do, to clean her apartment and to then shampoo her rugs the next night.
It is also more sarcasm.
You don't think that crosses a line? Yes! For God's sake, Sheldon, do I have to hold up a sarcasm sign every time I open my mouth? You have a sarcasm sign? No, I do not have a sarcasm sign.
That's funny because Leonard had to finally be frank with Sheldon and speak openly and say that he did not have a sarcasm sign, and he said it defeatedly because he knew that there was no winning with Sheldon.
You want some cereal? I feel so good today, I'm gonna choose from the low-fiber end of the shelf. No honey puffs?
See, that's funny because there's a reference to earlier when they were discussing how their breakfast cereal was numerically ordered by fiber content. He is saying that he will take from the low fiber.
Yeah, because you...
Except that's false. He said he was taking from the high fiber.
No, he said low fiber.
Did he?
Yeah, you're right. feel so good today, I'm gonna take something from the low fiber. Quote. So this is funny because Penny is now aware that somebody cleaned her apartment, and when she's like, "Oh shit, somebody made my apartment look nice."
I'm sure she didn't appreciate it. I think she that was like a happy son of a bitch. You know, like, son of a bitch. I'm really excited about the fact that my apartment is now clean.
Penny's up. How did she know it was us? I may have left a suggested organizational schematic for her bedroom closet.
What?
Yes, I too sneak into apartments and then leave notes saying that I did it and giving suggestions on how to maintain it. What is he, a fucking Batman villain? Jesus. Like, God. Like, Lord.
Yeah?
God, this is gonna be bad. Goodbye, honey puffs. Hello, Big Bran.
This is funny because he's
Someone's
implied...
gonna take a big shit.
I think it's a little deeper than that. He implied he was going to have the honey puffs because he was feeling good. So the implication that he's putting them back and getting something farther down the line implies that he is no longer feeling good.
Only to clean, but really more to organize. You're not actually dirty, per se.
Give me back my key.
I'm very, very sorry.
Do you understand how creepy this is?
Oh, yes, we discussed it at length last night.
In my apartment while I was sleeping.
And snoring. And that's probably just a sinus infection. But it could be sleep apnea. You might want to see an otolaryngologist.
So there's many jokes in this little segment. First of all, it's very funny that Penny is accusing them of breaking in where she herself did not knock. So that's humor point number one.
I didn't even pick up on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Second of all, Sheldon said a huge fucking word.
He also brought up the fact that she was snoring and gave some actual clinical advice on what to do about that if it was sleep apnea. It's not something you do when they're accusing you of breaking into their apartment.
Yeah.
Which you did.
Technically.
Well, we all know that technicalities technically don't count.
The throat doctor.
That's funny because he just explained the big word that he said,
Uh-huh.
which he never does.
What kind of doctor from those shoes from us?
Depending on the depth, that's either a proctologist or a general surgeon.
See, that's funny because Penny was being facetious, and Sheldon still didn't get it.
Also, that face.
12:55 for those of you watching at home. That's funny because Leonard just made a sarcasm sign, which he said earlier that he did not have.
But he was being facetious as well. Like, do I have to make a sarcasm sign?
Mhm.
And now he has officially made a sarcasm sign.
Yeah, but it was unfortunately too little too late. Sheldon already legitimately answered the question.
Oh.
This is funny because Sheldon now realizes the sarcasm implied by Penny.
And gives a rather
Sad.
and contrived reaction to it.
No, Penny, I think what you're feeling is perfectly valid. And maybe a little bit later today when you're feeling a little less, for lack of a better word, violated, maybe we can talk about this some more.
Stay away from me.
Sure, that's another way to go.
See, this is funny because Leonard tried to be rational, and Penny said, fuck you, go away.
But like that's giving Leonard a lot of credit because he did break into her apartment the
He
night
did
before.
it. Sheldon did. He was an accessory to the crime. He did not do the crime.
Penny, hold on. Just to clarify, because there will be a discussion when you leave.
So that's funny because it implies that Sheldon overanalyzes stuff so much.
That he anticipates what's going to happen in the future.
Nice.
Is your objection solely to our presence in the apartment while you were sleeping, or do you also object to the imposition of a new organizational paradigm?
Man, that face was priceless. Not this one, the one that Penny made, which you didn't see because you were looking at your phone.
No, listen, I've seen this episode.
What was her face? Demonstrate it for the camera.
It was a quick turnaround. Clearly, she was annoyed that they fucking just attacked her apartment.
She was also annoyed by the fact that Sheldon didn't get that she was upset about the fact that they broke into her apartment.
Well, that was a little non-responsive.
That's funny because it was very non-responsive because she just didn't respond.
That's the most non-responsive you can get, besides being dead.
You're going to march yourself over there right now and apologize.
So Sheldon found the fact that Leonard thought he should apologize funny, which means that Sheldon does not believe what he did was wrong. Which it was because they broke into her apartment while she was sleeping.
But they cleaned her room.
What's funny? That wasn't sarcasm?
See, this is just another example of Sheldon doesn't get sarcasm, and he thought that was sarcasm because so much sarcasm has been used previously.
And again, he doesn't think what he did was wrong.
No! Boy, you are all over the place this morning.
What?
I guess. I mean, like, they're just being sarcastic and stuff, but, like, sarcasm isn't being all over the place.
Also, it shows that, like, Leonard is clearly upset about what just occurred, and Sheldon doesn't understand why.
Sheldon doesn't give a fuck.
He is cold, emotionally distant.
Just like my mother.
I have a master's and 2 PhDs. I should not have to do this.
See, this joke is funny for 2 reasons. Actually, one thing isn't a joke, it's just a pondering. Sheldon doesn't think that he has to apologize, and his reasons for that is that he has 2 PhDs, which, I mean, like...
It's beneath him.
Right.
Human interaction is beneath him.
It's also, it's not a joke, it's just an observation. He doesn't do the knocking.
Yeah, I know it. That must come later. And I can't think of every great idea right away.
What? I am truly sorry for what happened last night. I take full responsibility. And I hope that it won't color your opinion of Leonard, who is not only a wonderful guy, but also, I hear, a gentle and thorough lover.
I didn't have to wait for the laugh track.
See, this is funny because Sheldon was apologizing, but his awkwardness led him to saying he was trying to wingman Leonard, but at the worst possible time.
And in the worst possible way.
Yeah. Oh boy, not like you're a gentle and thorough lover. Why don't you just go bang this chick who's so mad at you? But also, I'm going to tell her that you're a thorough and gentle lover.
Thank you. That really means a lot to me.
Mhm.
That's more than anyone else would do for me.
Except my mother.
Isn't that who you were going to tell? Because, having sex with your mother is a joke. It's a really funny one, too. I'm surprised people don't use it a lot.
Oh my god, I would be so mad if somebody had sex with my mother who wasn't my father.
Prepare to get mad. Or possibly not.
Why would I be mad?
I did what I could.
See, that's funny because he did not do what he could.
He just kind of went for it, and
He was just like, sorry, Penny, but also, you should totally bang Leonard.
Big Bang Leonard.
Hey, listen. I don't know if you heard about what happened last night with Leonard and Sheldon, but I'm really upset about it. I mean, they let themselves into my place, and then they cleaned it. But can you even believe that? How weird is it? She's standing very close to me. Oh, right, she does know.
See, I think this is funny because Raj is thinking this and not saying it because of his social awkwardness, and he's mute towards women who aren't his mother and sister, as we later find out.
Spoilers.
Oh no, I'm spoiling the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. What if someone's watching this with us for the first time?
And you have a
This is their Big Bang virginity, and you just blew it.
I just blew their virginity?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Also, this whole situation is kind of weird, because, is Penny just being oblivious to the fact
No,
that...
like, she's aware.
So, then she's manipulating him, because she knows that he can't say anything
Yeah,
back.
he can just walk away.
He could, but he's not rude. He's just inept.
He's mute, he's not inept.
He's inept to talk. He can't speak. He can't reply to her. He can't converse with her. She's just using him
Yes, he
as
can.
a
He
talking
can.
point.
Okay, that's true.
Of course, she's very upset, so, it makes sense that she'll want to just rant.
A vent, as the kids say.
What is that? Vanilla? I come from. Someone comes in your house at night, you shoot.
It's funny because it implies that Penny might have a gun in her apartment, but they didn't find it, so it might be in her room.
Also, she gives off the appearance of being, this sweet little country girl, but she's implying shooting Leonard and or Sheldon, in theory.
You don't shoot to who? Right, my sister shot her husband, but it was an accident. They were drunk.
Oh boy. I guess it's funny because, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't just shoot people, drunk or not.
She's so chatty. Maybe my parents are right. Maybe I'd be better off with an Indian girl. We'd have the same cultural background, and my wife could sing to my children the same lullabies my mother sang to me.
It's obvious that they're not well, but I'm having a really rough time. Like I said, I broke up with my boyfriend, and it's freaking me out.
Munna, munna, ba.
See, this is funny because he is not paying attention to Penny anymore and singing a Hindi lullaby.
Yeah.
In his head.
Mm-hmm. Do you not do that?
No.
Oh. That explains a lot.
What does it explain?
It explains more about me than about you, I think.
Do you sing Hindi lullabies in your head?
Exclusively.
Exclusively.
When being confronted by girls that I cannot talk to.
So, ja, ba, ba.
Just because most of the men I've known in my life have been jerks, doesn't mean I should just assume Leonard and Sheldon are. Right?
She asked me a question. I should probably not.
That also implies overanalysis.
No, it's under analysis. Because he's like, I didn't pay attention, I'm just gonna nod. That's the opposite of
But
him.
he's overanalyzing how to deal with a social situation.
But he's under-analyzing the situation now because he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
See, this is the kind of talk we have on Theory of Humor.
Yeah.
Over-analyzing versus under-analyzing.
Come join us. Sit a while.
While you're at it, join our Patreon at patreon.com/The Theory of Humor. Exactly what I thought. Thank you for listening, you're a doll.
Uh-oh. Turn your pelvis.
Well, Raj is packing wood.
I don't get it.
Blood is flowing to Raj's penis and making him erect.
Okay,
Because
but
a
why?
Because a girl is hugging him.
Oh, okay.
So he's turning his pelvis so she isn't, freaked out that from a hug, he's just packing wood.
I also think it was kind of funny. I think they skipped over a little bit, but she said thanks for listening, which he did not do.
Right.
So that's funny.
But that's what we know from our point of view.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, because, she doesn't know that he wasn't paying
Well,
attention.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's the joke. That
Right.
we know that he didn't pay attention,
Uh-huh.
but she assumes that he did. Because why wouldn't he pay attention?
Well, also, it's funny because even if he were listening, it wasn't like there was a conversation to be had.
But usually when someone is talking and facing your direction, it's assumed that they are talking to you.
Right, but a conversation implies that the other person is going to talk.
What's your point?
Then even if he was listening, it still wouldn't be a conversation.
But she never said it was a conversation. She said thanks for listening.
But all he did was listen. Oh, I get it. Oh, boy. See, this is funny because DDR is the thing.
Yeah.
DDR stands for Dance Dance Revolution.
Did you ever play Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix?
I can't say that I have.
I didn't either, but I really, I really want to play. I want to find that game.
Have you ever drove a mobile team? Neither have I, but...
A mobile T?
A mobile team.
What is that?
That's the Henry Ford car, like the first real car.
You mean a Model T? T-Mobile. It's a cellular device company. You done? Mike is leaving. If you didn't get that. If you didn't.
I'm just cold and putting on a jacket.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, have a seat then.
Grab a napkin, homie. You just got served.
See, that's funny. And it actually goes back to the original joke, because Dance Dance Revolution was being played by Howard, and he was showing extreme concentration, and he seemed to be performing well.
Performing.
Yes, he was performing Dance Dance Revolution. After he finished, he said that they got served, meaning that he wiped the floor with his competition.
But they're using a napkin, so it's like only a little bit. As opposed to like paper towel or a regular towel.
Or regular paper.
It's fine. You win. What's his problem? His imaginary girlfriend broke up with him.
Fucking roasted.
Yeah, got him. That's funny, because that's exactly the case. Leonard is upset because Penny is upset with him, and Leonard is upset with that fact because he wants to bone, and his chances of boning are just severely decreased, and he is upset by that.
Been there.
That's funny, because that is not a relatable situation to have your imaginary girlfriend break up with you, unless you are really, really lonely.
Well, I think that's the joke. It's a layered joke in which Howard is that lonely.
Yeah, you're right.
Hello. Sorry I'm late, but I was in the hallway chatting up Penny.
It's funny because he was singing Indian lullabies.
Really, you, Rajesh, Kuthra spoke to Penny. Actually, I was less the chatter than the chatty.
See, that's funny, because it's a really roundabout way of saying that he was singing Hindi lullabies in his head.
What did she say? Is she still mad at me? Well, she was upset at first, but probably because his sister shot somebody.
That's funny, because it shows what little of the conversation he did retain.
And how much of the conversation he was singing Hindi lullabies in his head.
To be fair, we didn't hear most of that conversation either, because it focused on him singing Hindi lullabies in his head.
But the Hindi lullabies are kind of nice.
Yeah.
Then there was something about you, and then she hugged me. Hugged you? How'd she hug you?
See, that's funny.
Because homoeroticism.
Yeah.
Is that the perfume I smell?
This is just like layers and layers of weird.
But also, homoeroticism.
Intoxicating, isn't it?
Weird.
Homoeroticism. Did you get it?
No, we're past that. They're just being weird now. Well, now it's back.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just cut it before the laugh track.
You know that when you broke into somebody's apartment and they're mad at you, so you try to slip a paper under their door and then they open the door before you get the chance to slip the paper under and run away?
Relatable content.
Right?
I just did that last week.
Right, that happens to me almost every Wednesday.
Everyone, really?
Yeah.
There's a pattern to it? That's not healthy. Do you do the breaking in on Tuesday nights? Is that where you're going after this?
Yeah.
Oh shit, can I come with you?
Yeah, actually I need a buddy for lookout.
Yeah, is it anyone I know?
Yeah, it's this girl named Nickel.
Oh yeah, Nickel.
Here's the thing.
See, that's funny, because Leonard acted like he was going to explain himself. Instead of doing that, he decided to read the letter that he had already wrote that would explain himself, out loud, to the person he was going to give it to.
Penny. Just as Oppenheimer came to regret his contributions to the first atomic bomb, so too I...
See, that's funny because Leonard was relating his situation to nerdism and geek culture and science.
Science rules.
So if you write a song and then have the ending be that.
regret my participation in what was, at the very least, an error in judgment. The hallmark of the great human experiment is the willingness to recognize one's mistakes. Some mistakes, such as Matthew Cury's discovery of radium, turned out to have great scientific potential, even though she would later die a slow, painful death from radiation poisoning. Another example from the field of Ebola research. Yeah?
This is funny because now that Leonard has been reconciled with and kissed by the girl that he has a crush on, he is now strutting across the hall back to his room.
Leonard is in the bone zone.
See, that's funny, because Leonard was looking back at the place where he was just kissed by his crush, and fantasizing probably about what could happen, or being stuck in the moment of what just happened. Either way, he did not realize that his door was impeding his entry to his room.
Indeed.
He just walked right into it.
What a dummy.
What a fucking mule.
6 2-inch dowels? Check. 1 package full of said screws? Check. Guys, seriously, I grew up on a farm, okay? I rebuilt a tractor engine when I was like 12. If you didn't put together a cheap Swedish removal center. So please, we insist. It's the least we can do, considering. Considering what? How great this place looks?
That's funny, because Sheldon still does not understand that what he did was wrong.
Oh boy, I was afraid of this. What? These instructions are a pictographic representation of the least imaginative way to assemble these components. This right here is why Sweden has no space program.
Nerd culture.
It looks pretty good in the store. Well, it is an inefficient design. For example, Penny has a flat screen TV, which means all the space behind it is wasted. We could put a stereo back there and control it out. Run an infrared repeater, photocell here, emitter here, easy peasy. point. How are you gonna cool it? You guys, I got this. Yeah, hang on, Penny.
This whole situation is funny because they are overanalyzing building IKEA furniture. Or regular furniture. It doesn't necessarily have to be IKEA, I guess. That's an assumption as a viewer. But they're overanalyzing it while Penny is, physically putting it together. She invited them over to help her do it, and now she's the only person doing it while they're still there. They say that being alone isn't the worst thing in the world. It's being surrounded by people who make you feel alone. And that's what's going on right now.
What is this, like,
What?
really depressing Instagram quote picture?
Dude, it's just like a grayed out picture of Robin Williams next to it, too.
Ah!
Here and here. Also, in a fish again might be loud. How about liquid cool? Maybe a little aquarium pump here on some 1/4-inch PVC.
Guys, this is actually really simple.
Hold on, honey, minute work.
This is funny because misogyny.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah, same inflection, same tone, pitch, everything.
PVC comes down here. Maybe a little corrugated sheet metal as a radiator. Oh, really? Show me where we put a drip tray, a sluice, and an overflow reservoir. Hey, if water's involved, we're gonna have to ground the crap out of the thing.
Guys, it's hot in here. I think I'll just take off all my clothes.
See, that's funny. She said a thing that should have provoked their attention because that is not a natural reaction to the situation that she provided. And also, they all have the hots for her.
Except Sheldon. You're right.
Oh, I got it.
See, this is funny because the first thing someone says after Penny says, I'm gonna get naked, is Leonard's like, oh, I got it. To, like, the situation of the entertainment system.
Yeah,
Media center.
they are not even close to listening to what Penny is saying right now.
Penny's about to get naked. I mean, like, I
No, she's not. Dude, she just said that to get their attention and it didn't work. She's not going to do it.
what?
They can't show that on television.
Why not? This is Amazon.
It didn't air on Amazon, Micah.
Listen, not Micah.
Yeah, you want to brawl about this?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go outside where they're playing brawl.
I will super smash the fuck out of you.
Yeah?
Mm.
Are you sure?
Possibly.
Maybe you should watch your language. There are children in here.
Who's the child? Your intelligence?
Your voice?
If we replace panels A, B, and F in crossbar H with aircraft grade aluminum. Right, then the entire thing's one big heat sink. Perfect. Leonard, why don't you go down to the junkyard and pick up about 6 square meters of scrap aluminum? Raj and I'll run down to my lab and get the oxyacetylene. Meet back here in an hour? Got it.
Okay, this place does look pretty good. This last joke is funny because Penny was really mad that they broke into her apartment to clean, and now she's okay with her apartment looking actually nice.
She's also kind of resigned to the fact that these are the people she has to deal with now.
See, this joke is funny because Penny is now reneging her being mad at Leonard and Sheldon originally for cleaning her apartment because now she admits that her apartment looks pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And that brings us to the end of our podcast for today.
Make sure to join us for the next time when we go into episode 3 of season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. I'm Micah,
And I'm not.
and this has been The Theory of Humor.